and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess, and this is Comcast Newsmakers, coming to you from the State Capitol building in downtown Lansing. Our topic today is wine sales at farmers markets. Joining us now to talk about it is State Senator Goeff Hansen, a Republican from the 34th District, which represents the West Side shoreline. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me today.
So what exactly is it about wine sales at farmers markets that is now this spring, summer, sort of gearing up for the big farmers market season that's changed this year? Well,
what we've done is crafted a bill that allows our small winemakers in Michigan or anywhere else, if they produce less than 5,000 gallons a year, to be able to take their product to our farmers markets, have tastings and do sales there, because we're trying to expand our Michigan agriculture, and our wineries in the state of Michigan, we're still in our infancy in winemaking in Michigan. We haven't had it that long. We've got a great climate for it, and trying to help them succeed and grow into a bigger industry. This is one of the things that we can do to help them, I think.
So in the past, they had to get an actual liquor license in order to be able to do this, and now it's much easier for them, correct?
Well, in the past, they really could never do this because it was never allowed at a farmer's market. This gives them the opportunity, if they have a small winery license and they brew or they make less than 5,000 gallons, they can go to their local, any of their local farm markets that are going to allow it, and set up shop. Before, the only choices they had were to sell it at their place, have a tasting room, which a lot of them do, but a lot of them are also very rural and they're out in the middle of nowhere and they don't get much traffic by. This gives them an opportunity to go to where the people are. The other option they had was go through a distributor, because with a three-tier system in Michigan, everything has to go through a distributor, and that gets a little expensive. If they run out, the distributor won't keep them maybe, so it's trying to make it just easier for them to be able to succeed.
I know it's probably too early to tell. This will be the first full year where this law has been in effect, but what do you anticipate the positive, hopefully, economic impact of this will be?
Well, I got to tell you, there's an excitement out there with the farmers markets. I talked to the farmers market in Muskegon, the manager, and they are going to do it this year for the first time. They've already applied for the permit, but each of the winemakers have to get a special permit also, and it's really reasonable. It's $25 a year for each location, so it's not like it's that expensive, but we have to know who's where and what's going on. They still have to control it just like any other facility. They have to make sure that that there are no underage drinking, and it's not like it's a big party. You get a small taste like any other wine tasting you can do at a grocery store now.
Can you buy a bottle of wine and actually purchase their product at the farmers market?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's a big part of the thing, is
Sure.
You can get they can get the flavor of their wine out, get people excited about it, and then they can sell it to them right there.
And wineries, you mentioned, we're still in our infancy, but a huge moneymaker and small businesses doing very well in our state.
We actually have over 90 winemakers in the state of Michigan already, and we've got, I think, 4 that are quite large, and then the rest of them are small winemakers.
All right, and as you mentioned, many in rural areas, so if you haven't done it already, visit a winery, and if you can't visit a winery, visit a farmer's market at some point this year. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Today's Comcast Newsmaker was State Senator Goeff Hansen, a Republican from the 34th District.